Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel, or if you're tuning in on my IGTV or Facebook, thank you so much for all your support and for 1.3k views on my highlight and contour video. I really appreciate it, guys. You are awesome. Alright, so this week I'm doing a hair tutorial, and the pattern that I'm going for is a wavy pattern with bangs. So let's get into it. First up, I'm going to draw a sketch or outline of the hair pattern. For that, I'm going to use dip pen hard and use black, but this setting. On a new layer. After you've done with the outline of the sketch, you're gonna fill it in. So you're gonna add a new layer and drag it underneath the sketch layer and fill it in with that almost black color. I've been using the felt tip pen hard to do most of the filling in, but when you get to the bangs, I'd recommend you use a round brush point just so the ends of the bangs don't have that rounded edge like these parts. And the strokes should follow in the flow of the hair. So you just want to drag it up to this part and make sure like it blends out. So basically just make some strokes until this middle section right here is looking somewhat like a V. Now you pretty much have your outline, so what you're gonna do is just do some cleaning up. I'm gonna turn the layer down and do some Alright, so if you watch my previous hair tutorial, you would have saw where I use a technique I call fading, where I apply color and erase bits of it. I'm gonna use that technique right now. So I'm gonna add a new layer, flip it to the base color using the round brush point and white. Make sure your force fade is on. I'm just gonna make some strokes in the general flow of the hair. Just gonna make some in this direction. And I'm gonna do the fading using the eraser on airbrush normal. Turn down the opacity halfway. And erase bits from the top. And the bottoms as well. And we're just gonna repeat it for the rest of the hair. New layer and clip, and then just try to follow the general flow of the hair as much as possible. After you've done all your pattern and fading, the next step is to merge all the fades layers. Merge them all into one. And then turn on the opacity to 35. The next step is to add a new layer, clip it, change the blending mode to multiply, using black and airbrush normal. We're just going to place this color into these areas where you see dark spots and spaces in between these areas. And then you're gonna fade it out. After you've done, the next step is to add highlights. So place some small lines where the lighting is concentrated the most. On a new layer, also change the blending mode to add. The main body of hair is pretty much finished right now, so we're just gonna do some merging of layers and then add the details when we add color later on. So you're just gonna merge the layers. Remember to merge all the normal layers first, then the multiply, and then add. So we have all the colors on one layer. So you're gonna change the color now. I normally use color balance for this. Alright, so as you can see, the hair is looking a little bit just flat. It has no life or anything, so I'm just gonna add some detailing to it. So I'm just gonna add a new layer above the base and pretty much color drop the darkest shade of brown from the hair itself, using the round brush point all the way down on 3. I'm just going to create the first set of detailing. So I'm pretty much trying to follow the general flow of the hair. Some on the outside as well. some on this side. Alright, so after you've done the small stray hairs, you're just gonna add a new layer on top of that and do some bigger ones with the same brush. But then you're gonna color pick some different shades of the base color. So like I'm gonna color pick the lightest shade and do some bigger ones. And then I'm gonna color pick a little darker shade and do some other ones. And then what I'm gonna do is just blur these a little bit. And then I'm gonna add some to the bangs. And blur these out as well. And there you have it. This is the finished product.